No man guna medogaye. No man guna medogaye. Yewe no man guna medogaye. Okuna memeni mosega sugeo. Please share this video. Share the video. Invite friends. Invite your family. Today is a very beautiful day. Share the video, share the video, share the video. It's very important to speak about these things today. It's very important because a lot of people, they always think, okay, let me start it like this. So many people always write me and Salias, a call is coming into my phone. I will call you later. Yeah. So many people always write me. And many of the questions I always get mostly from people is, Dr. Ogun Onire, you are so awoke, you understand so much how all the science function, but why is it that you still stuck, they call it stuck, why is it that you still stuck and so connected to all these idols? These are fetish things. I'm always like, really? Those that call African spirituality fetish, or idol, or juju, or as nothing, these are people that is totally disconnected. They are totally disconnected from their own existence, from their own truths, and they are simply following now a program that match and fits the narrative of the world. So that is why it's something that a lot of people go live with. Robbie V. William. Hello, Robbie. Yeah, I can go live with you. If you want, you can just try and come inside. Maybe if you have something to say regarding to this topic, you're always welcome. So what I'm trying to say is, a lot of people always misunderstand the concepts of what we Africans are really doing. And because so many people have been bombarded with all these religious doctrines, and these doctrines now have shaped a way people think, even some that claim to be awoke are still stuck in that doctrine. This is one of the biggest problems Africans have. Many Africans are waking up, yes, fine, which is good, thanks to our ancestors. But it's still difficult for many to let go of that doctrine. Now they know that everything the religion taught them is a lie. They know everything in the book is a lie. They know all these things now already. But they are still stuck in that doctrine. That's why I named the title of today's soul food is, We Don't Worship Idol. I name it Series 1. Why do I name it Series 1? Is I want to be breaking down all the energy. I want to be breaking all of them down into a common science, into a common sense for people to understand. This is why this first series I start with Ogun. Of course I'm Ogun Onire, maybe that's why. But that's really not why I start with Ogun. Ogun is the first of all Orishas. So it's always good to give Ogun his honor. Yeah, so I start with Ogun. Today I will be introducing you to Ogun. I will be introducing you to Ogun. But I will not be telling you the tales and the myths of Ogun, because there are so many of them. And there are so many countless of stories and tales about Ogun. I am not going there because those are like the old narrative And those are like also a similarity with religion. Imagine the tell story of Cain and Abel, Jesus, Israel, blah blah blah, Moses and all the people, everything. Imagine, as beautiful as those stories sounds in the ear, imagine it's just a lie. So that's why I don't go with tales or myths anymore. I follow the energy. The energy is what I pay attention to, because the tales, each generation will always generate their own tales. That's a fact. And each people also have mythology. Yeah, like the Greek mythology. After many thousands of years, we now understand what they mean by Zeus when they said Zeus. People still think, Zeus is the rebellious son that killed his father and took all his younger brother to rebel against the Titans. Now we understand now the meanings of those words. Imagine after thousands of years of these stories going around. So that's why I don't play with tales anymore. I'm not a fan of it anymore. And I'm not a fan of different myths. So what I do now is follow the energy. Because I understand now that energy is the language of the universe. So anything you want to know, anything you want to understand, anything you need clarity on, all you really need is to follow the energy. So today I will be talking about Ogun, not as a tale as people are used to, or as a myth as people are used to, but as an energy. And this is why I call this topic series 1. It's going to be different series. Today we'll focus on Ogun, and another day we'll focus on another energy. I can go with all Ogun. Yeah, and then we go like that to break it down. So what is Ogun? You have to know that Ogun is a native language. That word Ogun, what they are really talking about is iron. This material, this substance, this thing, this strong, thick matter, iron. Ogun means iron. Okay. Now we know Ogun means iron. Okay. And now, how does this iron came about? And why does it now become something that people now look up to as a deity or a god or something like this? How does it get there? Fine. Like I said, I'm not going to talk about the tales and the myths, because I know a lot of tales to tell you, but at the end it will be like still telling your children the same old tales. It's not fresh. It's not new. That's why we're bringing it all out new. I'm kind of so busy these days. A lot of things is really keeping me so occupied. So that's why I am not coming often on Facebook, because I have a lot of things that need my attention, and Facebook sucks a lot of energy. So sometimes you really need to take time for yourself before you can have the right balance. So what is Ogun? It's very wise to understand it. Ogun is what the yogi call the heart chakra. It's what the yogi call the heart chakra. You have to know that when yogi says chakra, what they're talking about is a different spot, like a junction box in your body, where energy is safe, stored, and reproduce, and then like transmit and go further. That's what chakra is. So when you take the human anatomy from yogi into African spirituality, Ogun means heart, the heart chakra. So it means your heart is the Ogun. That's why your heart is the factory that is representing the pumping and the function of your blood. And that's why the heart is the first organ to form When a woman take inside a womb, the first organ to ever come out is the heart. Not the brain, as powerful as she is the heart. Why? Because Ogun always lay the parts. Hi, Ngozi. Ogun always lay the parts. Good morning, King Edo, Kingdom Edo. Ogun always lay the parts. That's why when the baby or a little human is about my son tell me stop calling them little humans. Okay, when babies is about to form, the first organ that form is the heart chakra. So when this heart form now, that's where all the information. That's why when you are hearing some tales about Ogun, they will tell you Ogun is the first Orisha to come down here on earth and clear the paths for every other Orishas to follow. Even if you don't believe those tales. But according to science, according to how things function, which you must believe because that is that is obvious, your heart is the first organ to form. Imagine as big as you are. The largest organ in the body is the skin. Okay, as big as the skin, she came later. The heart was the first. The heart now, in this essence, represents Ogun. Hi, Osayende. Hello. Nice to see you, Osayende Rich. Yeah, I have you on my mind. I just want the time to come. Yeah, so imagine the heart now becomes the first to form. And the moment that heart forms, boom, she keep doing her work, a continuous work. If you have ever take your time with an earphone and listen to heartbeats, the sound of an heartbeat, if you are conscious to that, I'm hearing it now. If you are conscious to that sound, then you will notice and realize that this is not just a movement. This is a mechanism work. This is a mechanic work. This is like a machine that is functioning. This is like something that is producing. It's like you are in a production company. This is something that is so busy. So that is what Ogun also represents. So Ogun represents your heart. Benise Udu, your heart, and the yogi say the heart chakra. So this is what Ogun represents in you. And from that moment, this is where the job starts. From that moment, that first organ start forming. Listen very good. That's the moment where that work starts. That work starts. It starts pumping. And your blood starts carrying the iron. Don't forget the heart is the factory that produces blood. Produce and also help you circulate it and pump it and shit. You all know how heart function anyway. I don't need to explain that. So that factory where everything starts, greatest Inani, greetings. That factory where everything starts, that is where now help the rest to form. Your tail, call it tail. Yeah, I have my own understanding when it comes to human body. So sometimes I may say some things that sound strange. That's where every part of your body is formed from. But the heart is always the first. And another important area I want to point out to you is the iron that goes within your blood. Without Ogun, you are useless. And this is regardless if you have the knowledge of it or not. Because why? If you are short of iron, your doctor will not let you go home. Because now your life is at risk. So Ogun is always present in you. Ogun is always present with you. regardless if you have idea or knowledge of it or not. You know why? Because this is a universal energy that is existing. The sun don't care if you decide to leave your room or not. The sun is always there. In fact, she don't even move. Your earth is the one that is dancing and spinning around. She's just there conscious of herself. So the earth have to decide if she will follow the gravity and everything. It's just so. So regardless whether you see the moon or you don't see the moon is always there. That's exactly how Ogun is. Ogun is always there. Ogun is always functioning. Ogun is always doing his duty, regardless your awareness or not. Then another part that is also very important to know is when we talk about iron, what is the first thought that comes to your head? Now let's just pull it out a little from spirituality. Let's come to our reality. When you hear the word iron, what's the first thought that comes to your head? Construction, weapons, technologies, building materials, anything that has to do with innovation, technology, building the society. This is all what Ogun represents. Without Ogun, there will be nothing known as society today. You can go and do the research on that. Without iron, you have to know that Ogun means iron. Then why do we recognize it? Our ancestors recognize this because when they first come in contact with that object iron from under the sea, Ogun Onire, it was we Ogun Onire, they saw a iron that was rusting, and that gives like a separate color to that place in the fountain, and they tried to pull it out and melt it. That's where they start knowing, this is not just a rock, because they were thinking it was a rock that was just losing our colors. That was their first thought. They don't know what iron or metal or these things was all about. But later, they got to understand the science. This is why you should never neglect your ancestors. They are so vast. Everything the world claims they are teaching you or showing you today, your ancestors are so vast in these things already. Very vast. In fact, the whole world are still learning, trying to meet up. But they don't want you to know that. So they want you to think your ancestors were just foolish, that you should follow them, so that they can go behind you and study the work of your ancestors. Their only target is to keep you on the track, to follow them. We understand their games now. They are little games, a very little game. We understand it now. But what I'm trying to bring out now is, from that moment, our ancestors first have the first contact with iron. That was what changed the whole of history in humanity as a whole. Because why? They now understand the science and know that iron is trapping energies that is around. So it means it's not just an ordinary rock, it's not just an ordinary metal, it's trapping energies that is around. And this was like, wow. This was so beautiful, because why? They understand the science, they follow energy. And these are things they pay attention to. So when our ancestors first noticed, so if this thing trap energy around, okay, let's use it to slaughter a ram. Then they slaughter a ram, because they know already that a ram have its own spirits. So for their understanding was, okay, let's slaughter a ram, so this mental can also absorb the spirit, the energy spirit of that, the animal spirit of that ram. So From there, they start. So that was how they start getting the full understanding that, okay, this is a living entity of its own self. Like I say, I am not going to be going to the tales or myths. I am just explaining the science to you, so you can understand that we don't worship idol. With all I know, I would be so stupid to put one idol in front of me. I was still able to find out that the so-called Almighty God, this thing they are talking about, is a lie. Then why will I not so belittle myself to worship idol? So what I'm trying to say here is the science is very important to understand. Understanding the science is the only way you can fully interact and really even profit from this. Because these are your birthrights. But when you think that, these are fetish, it means automatically you are breaking a bridge that connects you to the mother nature itself. This connection took your ancestors hundreds of thousands of years to make. They did not just wake up one day and find iron and know that iron has the power to trap energy around and keep it. No, this was a continuous research, because they came down here to this realm to grow and help themselves know more and more. So it's very wise to pay attention to others' dictates. Because why? Ogun, which is also iron, like I said, Ogun is the only mental object that have its own era in the whole of human history. They call it, historians call it Iron Age. Iron Age. Some of you know it a lot. They call it Iron Age. But what historians are not telling you is Iron Age was a prehistory of humans. What is prehistory? It means things that occur before history starts even taking record of itself. So this is not something of yesterday. We're talking about hundreds of thousands of years ago, if not even millions. Although we know if our spiritual practice, everything's like about 20,000 years old, but before it becomes institutionalized as a spiritual practice which people now follow along, there were a group of people who made that possible, who made the connection, who involved in this, who allowed it to happen. And this was a very high level of science before you can understand things like this. So Ogun today represents innovation. Ogun today represents military hardware. Military hardware. Ogun today represents construction. That's why without iron, you cannot build any society. You cannot build any company. You cannot build any road. You cannot do nothing. Nothing on earth could have been possible without iron. Why is all this so important to be bringing out? It's important to bring it out because why? Because of the long existence of this energy among humanity. This energy have transformed now into like a different entity, into like a deity because of its long existence. Okay, let's say for example, 5,000 years ago, there was a goldsmith. His job was to carve and make the weapons, the sword, the arrows for his people to go to war. And because of that, he was always highly respected and known as like Ogun priest. Because what you have to know is that in the ancient time, before you become initiated or be known as a priest of Ogun, you need to be like a king, a warrior, a goldsmith, or even a very high priest in the society. It was not just an energy you introduced to just anybody. No. It was not just like that. So imagine now a man that was a goldsmith 5,000 years ago, who always make weapons and everything for his people. And his people regard him and look up to him. And because he was righteous and lived up to a very standard way of a righteousness of his own self as a man should be, after he departs, depart is which a lot of people call death. After he departs from his body, then his spirit becomes like a deity that now still exists with his people. And group of his people, like let's say other goldsmiths that comes after him, recognize this and keep paying homage to him even while he has departed. And as long as that homage is keep being paid to him, that deity, that is spirit, keep on existing and keep on supporting. That is knowledge, because it was like a knowledge. What the father finished, the first son continue. So that is knowledge, continue to have that straight connection with him, and they continue interacting. This one help this one help this one. They help themselves and keep the spiritual energy in the household balanced. So because of the oldness, because of the antique nature of this system, so that's why it has become so powerful and so sophisticated today, to the point that many great Ogun priests have also reincarnated back to earth again. But at the beginning, the energy was new to everybody. Like I said, I don't want to talk about myths, tales, or different stories about where they came from or all those things. No, that's not what I'm talking about here today. But really understanding that iron is not just an idol. It is a strong spiritual and universal element that carry a very sacred and powerful energy. This is what I'm just here to let you know today. Because why? If you call iron idol, it means you don't have the knowledge of what an iron or iron means. And iron is not just that one you see. Up to your blood, up to your own blood that runs in your vein is there. Your heart is the producer, So this is something that is very important to be teaching our children today. Because why? Religious doctrine has made everybody believe whatever is out of the box, whatever is out of the scope, is fetish, is idol, is not important. So today you have a lot of this always hurts me anyway. You have a lot of Africans who are so awoke and they believe they have nothing to do with those things because now we are awoke. That means you are still stupid. Because why? Ogun is your heart chakra. So if a yogi or a guru master is telling you free your heart chakra, meditate over your heart chakra, activate your heart chakra, release your heart chakra, let the energy flow, what do you think they're telling you? So an African spiritual philosophy or ideology will not say to you like that. It will just say to you, have you been initiated into Ogun? Do you have your Ogun planted? If not, we have to plant your Ogun. We have to initiate your Ogun. These are two different language from two different culture and from two different paradigm of viewing one thing. So automatically what the Africa priest is telling you, good afternoon, Mrs. Boye. Good afternoon. Automatically what the African spiritual priest is telling you is to help you activate your DNA and activate your heart chakra. This is the same thing the yogi master is telling you, that you need to meditate to activate your heart chakra. But that is a long journey for you. It's a long journey for you because why? Meditation is a process. It's not just something you sit down and you get it. It's a process. You need to grow in it. You need to grow in it. You need to master it and keep on going deep inside of it. So instead, what our ancestors did is that instead of them following that long process, they now look for a oh God, I will always love them. They now look for a shortcut to meet up with the same thing. What is the shortcut? The rituals, the ceremony, the drum, the readings of the drum, because they now understand now that, okay, if we play this reading of this drum for Ogun and play this egogo, we didn't call it egogo, I don't really like a bell. If we play this bell and play these drums, this automatically help also stimulate the energy inside this individual and helps open this chakra. Okay, so this person going through the process and this initiation help the person possess now this energy. You possess the energy don't mean that you lose yourself. No, it means boosting your own self. And that is so sophisticated. That is so powerful. That is so amazing. That is so amazing. They help you to go over the story, the drama, they help you to overcome all this. But the problem we have right now today is that many people don't understand the science. Even many priests, they don't really understand the science. All they just understand is area where this is how it is done. So let me do it. Good, fine. This is how it's done. Let me do it. They do it for you. But the person that you're doing it for, if the person don't have the idea, the understanding of this science, then the person will not even know how to fully connect with this. So automatically, you will do your initiation last week, and this week you are empty again. Or here you will hear people say, you don't know what you did. You just did it because you were told this is how it's being done. And the person who did it for you did it because he learned that this is how it's being done from his own master. And in most cases, his master also learned it like that. So there is really no connection. There's really no connection, no unity. Nothing that's bounding you there. It's just like a carnival. And it's deeper than that. It's deeper than that because one, some people will say like their juju or their deity is worrying them. Why? Because from that moment you did that initiation and you have no understanding of how to follow up with it, automatically it's like you unleash something in the air which you don't control or anything. So everything is chaos. Everything is chaos. So understanding the science, that's why one of my plans is to really set up this our Africa spiritual institution to really be lecturing these things. So that even if you are a priest, you are a voodoo priest, or you have interest in things like that, you can be coming to all these lectures to get your own clarity, especially those that want to go through the initiation process, to first get your own clarity and full understanding to be a program. Because why? This is so important. Why is it important? It is because of lack of understanding and clarity that has disconnected people from what they really have. And then they say, I better pack all those my juju, go through away, self, all those things I don't need now. Really? good. You just see it like that because that is the energy you carry. To you it's idol, to you it's fetish, to you it's not important because that is what you carry and you don't see more than what you carry. So having a full deeper understanding about it is very important. Like I said, Ogun is just more than a god of war. Ogun is also for innovation, technology, all technology on earth, including GPS that you have in space. Everything was being possible all thanks to Ogun. And you know the most funnest part, the part that hurts me most, the part that hurts me most personally is that the Western world have, good afternoon, Miss Joy, good afternoon. The Western world have a full understanding of how all this energy function. In fact, they are the ones using the energy. So you have people in Africa activating these energies, releasing it to the air, and then you have people in the West trapping these energies and using it. It's so complicated to explain. Yeah, it's complicated to explain because why? You can our people are so blind. Many of us are so blind to see how blessed they are, and those that know very well how blessed they are is helping them to use their blessings. And these same African people, they think they have to be like the West. Because why? The West is not interested in Ogun. The West is not interested in this. The West is not interested in that. So it makes them think like, why should I be interested? And yet they are so successful. Yes. Because now your definition of success is based on the false reality that you are being trapped in. And as long as you are being trapped, you will always see them as your God. You just got that message for the universe. Yes. It's truth. Good afternoon, Bomosa. Good afternoon. So our people are so they are so quickly to relent in what they have and look up to something else that cannot really give them anything. And this is so sad. This is so sad because why? You have people who is busy demonizing our spiritual belief, demonizing our spiritual understanding, demonizing our spiritual philosophy, demonizing our spiritual language, our spiritual names and everything. And then you, the same person demonizing all this, you, the same person is adoring the products of that which you are demonizing. What do I mean by the product of that which you are demonizing? No flight on the world can be on air without getting something from Africa. No Andy, no telephone, no phone, no mobile on earth will work without first coming to Africa. No diamonds anywhere. Have you ever had diamonds in Russia, diamond in America, Canada? No diamond on earth you will find without coming to Africa. No gold you will talk to. Yes, they will tell you Italian gold. British gold, Swiss gold. But tell them to show you where they are mining their gold. They all steal everything from you. But now you worship these things because you don't know what you have to lose. So it's very unfair to say, Africa, stop worshipping idol. Using that word alone, you are disgracing yourself. You are disgracing yourself because you are introducing your stupidity to the world. Why? Because those that is ruling the world, they know very well that what you have there is not an idol. They know very well that what you have there is not fetish. Those ruling the world know the importance of those things you are calling demonic, satanic. And they are happy that you think like that, because for as long as you keep thinking that everything your ancestors lay for you is demonic and satanic and evil, for as long as you keep having that thought, these people will keep being your masters and you will keep being their slave. Because why? You have rebelled against your own self. And the punishment is suffering. So you will suffer, you will cry, you will shed tears. That's why Africans pray more than every other people in the whole earth. And yet, their prayers is still less to be answered. Why? They don't need prayers. What they really need is to recognize who they are. They don't need prayers. They don't even need to even pray. Normally they don't even need to even pray at all. So, but because the people are so rebellious against who they are, and you know the ones I'm even having more problem with, I don't blame those that are dead, that are still sleeping. I don't blame them a lot, because I know, yeah, you are just sleeping and dead, and yeah, you don't know anything because you are sleeping. That's okay. Keep on sleeping. Let the dead bury the dead. No problem. But those I am paying attention to recently is the so-called awoke ones. So many Africans is claiming to be awoken, but they are even becoming more dangerous. Because why? You are awoken to become a racist. You are awoken to have hate in your heart. You are awoken and you even see our tradition and everything as, you don't need this. So what type of stupid awakening you think you are awakening? That's not awakening, my dear. You are just jumping from one from one box to another box. Because you can never be awake and still carry hate in your hearts. You will see a grown-up Yoruba man or a Edo man will tell you he's awoke, but he hates Fulani. I'm like, you are very stupid. Africans, we are brothers. We are all sharing one DNA streams. The only things that separate us is our royal stream that now divides many of us. Because, like I always say, we have different. I don't like using the word categories, because so is a soul, but there is a way we are specially designed and ordained. But our root is all one. So if you're an African, you claim you are being awoke, and you still think that you are Yoruba, you are Igbo, you are Edo, and Fulani or Hausa is your problem. My dear, you still in a box. If you are woke and you think, all white men, we have to kill all the white men on earth because they did this to us, my dear, you're still having a big problem. Because why? To be awoke, it means to be free from the tensions, to be free from the illusions, to come out from this talk and illusion reality that is being created around you. You have to know that this is not your truth. All these things now, they are trying to stop you here for you to think that this is yours. We are not interested in this earth. We don't really care if America, Russia, or China take over the earth. That is not the goal of our ancestors. In case many of you are waiting or wishing our ancestors to come with army and take over all these things, that's not interest. That is not our interest at all. Because this is a very low dimension. And we don't operate here anymore. We have been here, we have done this, we are over this now. The reason that still makes some of us keep coming here is to remind you and tell you this, that we don't need this anymore. So we don't care if Russia, America, they are fighting over the earth. We don't care if Israel can destroy the earth systems over. We are not interested. This is their problem now, because they are the one that is stuck here. we see things they don't see. We have access to where they can't even come close to. They know this very well. So that's why they are trying to trap you here with them. As the Bible said, the follower of the devil will destroy with the devil. Exactly, that's their plans, to trap you here so you people can go together. So if you are awoke by beloved African brothers, you have to free yourself from the tensions. Free yourself from the tensions. Yeah, I know sometimes it's hot when you're seeing all this, but what you have to know is that awakeness is of different stage and different step. From the moment you start decoding the lies, from the moment you start knowing the lies, from the moment you start understanding the truth, from the moment you start knowing nobody like Jesus ever walked on planet Earth, that story was all just created. From the moment you start knowing the Bible is just nothing but a stolen document put together to create one book. From the moment you start knowing your government is nothing but a manipulator who is just trying to make you put you asleep. From the moment you start knowing everything your school teach you was just to program your brain. From the moment you start knowing that sex is not all about jumping inside a woman and coming out and say, I have come. From the moment you start knowing all those things, from that moment your work starts. So don't just know Bible is a lie, and then now you are not anti-Christian. That's all you not think about now. Yeah, it's okay, it's good, but you have to understand that those are the steps. Don't let yourself stuck there. Those are the first step of awakeness. We call it decoding the lies. After you have decoded the lies and you have understand that there is something bigger than this, there is something higher than this, there is something beyond this, then you will not cross out from the 3D, from the 3 dimension. You will not climb some step higher. Then you see all these tensions, you see all these things. Iran, British, Syria, this, wait. Yeah, of course, it doesn't mean you will ignore them, but you will not be stuck in their headlines anymore. Because the only reason they gave you those headlines is to keep your mind busy, to distract you from where you should be paying your real attention to. They are not stupid. Normally, they could do all these things, you will not hear it. They are doing millions of things which you don't hear anyway. So, but the only reason they allow you to hear all these things is because they want to keep your mind busy. So you see somebody now can just spend 3 hours, 4 hours, or you think of it, say, Iran will attack these people will attack Iran. Imagine what you are not thinking. They give you work to do now. And the people who gave you this work to do, they don't even think that. No. They have sent it like an email to you. They are busy with something different. But what I'm trying to show you today is we don't worship idol. These are universal energies that is being introduced to our ancestors. And our ancestors has leave it for us as an inheritance. So we inherit this ancient philosophy. We inherit this ancient knowledge. We inherit this ancient wisdom. And we inherit these ancient possibilities. So it's not just something you can just sit in your crazy house and just say, that is evil. You don't know anything. You can't tell the difference between good and bad. and yet you are busy criticizing people. That hurts. It hurts people like me because why? I understand that this is your own birthright which you are refusing. It's okay when you are refusing it because you have something better. But in this case, you have nothing. In this case, you have nothing. He said, Mr. Donald said, religion took our people's eyes from the ball. Without spirituality, our ancestors could not have been able to build sphinx, empress, pyramid, etc. We must return back to our roots for Africa to be completely liberated. Exactly. Then he continued and wrote again, we will take our rightful position. Let's keep the fire burning. Kudos, my brother. I am proud of you. Oh, thank you. We are just trying our best. We are just trying our best. This is exactly what we are trying to show to our people. Imagine the Great Pyramid is there of Giza. Egypt is even too far. Let's just use the Wall of Benin. Because the materials in the Wall of Benin is more than the material in the Great Pyramid of Giza, which is one of the most biggest pyramids in the world. So just imagine the Wall of Benin. With all those millions of hours of work, hundreds of thousands of men come together building that wall with just a mode sound. That's something extraordinary. And you know what that means? It means the people of Benin Kingdom, ancient Benin Kingdom, had a lot of unity, love, strength. So this is an example that the generation today should copy from. That our ancestors were not killing themselves. Imagine the way court boys are killing themselves in Benin now. Our ancestors were not doing that. Anytime they kill, you know they have went to war. And these are people who challenge the empire. These are people who challenge their own existence. These are people who challenge their own authority. These are invaders. So when they kill, they kill, and who die honorable deaths. Everything was organized. So the people today need to learn from these stories, learn from these histories, to understand that for those people to be able to be organized to build these things, meaning they must have high level of knowledge, especially in mathematics. Person like me, the Benin Kingdom blow my mind. Whenever I read the history of Benin, my mind always blow. Why my mind always blow is simply because when you see the way the houses was being built in the ancient kingdom of Benin, in the fractal, then you will know that at that time, because now we are talking about 4,600 years ago, then you will know that at that time, they must have high level of mathematics before they could build things in fractals like that. And this is so wonderful. Why is it so wonderful? It's wonderful because at that same time, everybody here in Europe was still in cave. The few that was existing then, they were still in cave. When I say cave, I mean they still don't even know how to shower. They don't know the difference between a brother and a sister. A mother sleep with his son. They don't understand those. Their brain don't have those information yet. They were still evolving. Although we know the story how they were locked in the cave. And that's a long story. I don't like going there. Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is the time Benin Kingdom were building street lights using palm oil to power. Imagine Benin now don't have lights. Benin is in darkness after colonial master have come. But before colonial master come, Portugal, Rome, Paris, England, they were all in darkness. But they came to Binikidon, they see we have street light. They were shocked, like, wow. Go and write the books they wrote about us and see things they saw when they came. Your mind will blow. Yeah, because you go and read what they wrote. Because when you read what our people wrote, it's like, all these people, they exaggerate. Go and read what the oppressor wrote. No oppressor will write good about you, but if you see what they write, then you will know what your ancestors have done. Their mind blown because why? At that time, they were still busy trying to organize a society. They were still busy trying to tell different clans that, yeah, you don't just have to kill your baby and eat just because you are hungry. Have patience, go and feed. You know? And this time, people were building already a very educated society. So these things are things that we really need to be paying attention to. Why is all this important? It is important because this is the only solution. A lot of people are always getting it wrong. They think we have to run and speed up to meet up. Nothing you will meet up with here because you are in an illusional train. You are sitting in a train, you think it's moving, but everything is illusion. You are not in any train, it's not moving, it's not going anywhere. So if you think, let me have patience in this train, soon I will get to my destination, my dear, you are going to die there. Because why? Nothing is moving. The reality is you are not in any train and nothing is moving. But because you are stuck in the illusion, you think you will get it, you will make it, you will get there. But it doesn't function like that. It's not because the universe hates you. It's not because you have a bad head or you are cursed as the Jewish belief. It's not because of that. It's simply because the universe has a science and a language and a law of how it functions. So you have to understand the science, obey the laws, and that's how you function and grow with it. Yes. Sometimes when people call me for counseling and things like that, some always start with, Daddy, pray for me. I'm like, wait. In this case, you don't need prayer. But they are like shocked because what they are used to is, I'm not a native doctor. So you cannot call me and talk to me the way you are calling your Baba. I'm not a native doctor. Yeah, I've always said that so many times. So, and I'm not also a pastor, of course, that is obvious. But our people are so indoctrinated into those way of thinking. So when they call you, they expect you give the ekpakbera, or they expect you all this pastoral activity work and all those things. I'm like, no. This is a time to break the science down for you. So that all the energies around you will do the work. Yes. That is how it functions. And this is time we are going to keep on trying our best to keep on doing what we can to introduce all these things to everybody. Because right now it's very important more than ever. Why is it very important more than ever? Is because this is the moment now. This is the moment now whereby things is going to shift. Things is going to shift. It cannot continue like this anymore. And when it is shifting now, it is going to shift to an area where you stand now matters a lot. Where you stand now matters a lot because what is coming now, what is coming now is so big. I can't say. What is coming now is so big, so you have to really stand well. You have to really stand well. This is the time you know where you really stand. This is not a time to keep on following again. This is not time to keep on absorbing those toxic energy. This is not time to keep on allowing people to manipulate you. This is not time to let people tell you what to do, what not to do. This is not time to let people keep your mind trapped. This is not time where you stuck yourself in those little illusions. This is time now you have to allow your consciousness to expand. Only an expansion of the consciousness can save you now. Because where you're sitting and standing is so chaotic, and you cannot move, you cannot walk. You just have to explode, grow bigger than the house that you're being trapped in. So that you will grow out from the house. Your head will burst out from the roof. And then you will start seeing a different reality. This is really what I have to share today. We don't worship idol. Ogun is not an idol. Ogun is a universal energy. And Ogun is within you. Ogun is your heart chakra. Ogun is your blood. Iron. Without iron in your blood, without iron, you will not even stand as a human being. Maybe you can still survive, to stay alive for a while, but you cannot stand. Your body will not function without iron. And Ogun is also the first Orisha because your heart is the first organ that forms in your body. So when we talk about Africa ancestral belief, what we are trying to make you understand is the science that connects the nature with the whole universe and that align all this with the humans. Of course, they call it humans, but I know we are not humans. But it's okay, let's use those language for now. So this is what African spirituality is really all about. So all these energies is alive. All these energies is real. So understanding the science is very amazing and beautiful because just sitting there and thinking, Ogun, Juju, this one, no, that's stupidity because you don't know anything. You don't know anything and you conclude and judge things you see based on your empty knowledge base. Because your knowledge base is empty and you are using your emptiness to assess things. Of course, you will get nothing as result. And because you get nothing as result, you conclude based on nothing and you think this is nothing. No, you are just empty. Your knowledge base is empty. That's why you see it like that. You know? So this is really the soul food I really want to share today. It's a quick one. It's a series. Today I start with Ogun. Next time I will go into another energy. Yeah, I'll go more into water energy because these things are very important. Don't forget, Ogun means iron. I don't want to talk about the tales, the myths, and all those stories. Ogun did this, Ogun is this, king of war, this, that. I don't want to go into all those stories. Those ones are the same stories they told us in religious book. At the end, we find out that they were all lies and deceptions and things like that. So now what we do is follow the energy. The energy, what we know, because we don't believe. Religion, you believe. In spirituality, you have to know. What you know is what you follow. First, for a person like me, after I have my encounter with Ogun itself, that's where I know, okay, this is bigger. This is bigger than what people just think. So this is, so activating that energy inside of you, it's very important and it's very special. And I really pray and for everyone to take their time. Pay attention to the energies you carry. Because you as an individual, you carry a lot of energies inside of you. You carry a lot of energies inside of you. Then a lot of entity is also around you. just waiting for your attention. Yeah, recently I got a connection with something, and that has always been around me. At first I was suspecting it, like well, then I noticed she's always calm, she's cool, she don't hurt, she don't do nothing, she don't disturb. Then I let her be. So after a while, we start building a relationship and everything. Then I found out that, okay, wow, this is who you are. And many of you are like that. You carry a lot of all these entities around you. Some don't talk to you because they know you don't see them. And many of you are too busy. Oh, good afternoon, bless Samuel. Good afternoon, my queen. Good afternoon. They know you are so busy. So they will just stand there, stare at you, look at you, and just always look at you. But from the moment they see you start paying them attention, from the moment they see you start recognizing them, then you start building like a relationship with them. So that's why I always avoid people. Build relationship with your demons is important and more beautiful than fighting your demon. All you need is a dialogue. Your demon is your best friend. So if you have dialogue, both of you now will work together in your own benefit and also in the way that the demon or whatever will also. First, you have to know in African spirituality, there's nothing like demon. These are all European languages. We don't have demon in Africa. We just have entity, different deities and entity. That's what we recognize them to be. So no demon, no angel, nothing like that in Africa spirituality. So really understanding that Ogun is not an idol or something fetish or juju, or as people say. No, it's deeper than that. This is a very high level of science you need to understand here. Because without iron, humanity as a whole will not be where it is now. If you can show me one society that does not have iron in the contribution of their build-up, then I will show you a man that don't breathe. So that's Ogun. That's why people always tell you Ogun is the first origin. That's why people always tell you Ogun is the first to come down here on earth before every other Orisha came. That's why people always tell you these things. So it's very important to always know all these energies. They are very important and it's very special. This is really all I want to share with you today. We don't worship Ogun. We don't worship voodoo. We don't worship idol. We don't, although voodoo means spirit. That's not even nothing bad. Voodoo is good. We are voodoo. We are spirit. So we don't worship idol. We don't worship all the juju. We don't worship all those fetish or whatever you people call it. What we do is building a universal relationship that connects our soul to the source itself, which you all know as nature or God. That's what we do. So if you don't understand the science, shut up, observe, or go your way. Don't demonize it or discredit it, because some of us understand very well what these things really mean. I know some is also hypocrite. They just play around, flash it. They don't really have the understanding. They don't really even connect with it. We know this also. But regardless that, you still don't have right to call it nonsense. Because why? The church, there's two different documents, bring it together, form a story out of nowhere, and give it to the world. And yet you are all buying it, making the church now the biggest company in the world. And still you don't call it idol. So why will you not call our ancient knowledge idol? Don't do it anymore. This is series 1. More series will be coming, and every series that comes will be carrying its own energy. Today we'll focus on Ogun, because Ogun always clear the paths for everybody. And Ogun clear your paths. I wish you all a wonderful day. The weather is nice. I have to go to work in the bush. I wish you a very wonderful day. I send you a love and I send you a peace. And please do a favor, follow our page, Africa Ancestral Spiritual Ministry, because it's time for we to minister. It's time for we to minister our own truth to our people. Because up to now, our people have been feeding from the perspective of the oppressor. So it's out time we tell our stories. I don't really want to pay attention to that, because too many histories we are telling now and people are not even learning from the histories. So it's out time we really bring out what our ancestors wish every soul to know. It's our time we bring this out. The things people are scared about. Because this is what they are scared about. They don't want you to have this access. Because they know from the moment you have this access, you become so powerful, and then they cannot interrupt nor manipulate you anymore. And this makes them scared. But that is the area where they have absolutely no power and control over you. And this is why they like to keep you in check. How do they keep you in check now? By telling you that area is demonic, is satanic, is evil. Don't go there. Go here, because this way will give you heaven and give you life. Then when you will not really assess the both side, this side looks very flexible and this side looks so hard. Why is this side flexible? Because why? It's just an illusion? Or do you have to just think is one man sitting there in the skies with angels and everything, playing band and singing. So all I have to do is to pray and thank him and do like this and beg him, and then all is well. Then it looks like very easy and simple. The other side looks more difficult and complicated, because why? This time now you need discipline. This time now you need to have principles. This time now you need to understand the rules and the laws of nature. This time now you need to understand who you are as a human being, as a being that you are. So this side looks more kind of complex, but it's like that because it's real. And the other side looks so flexible because it's an illusion. It's an illusion. They're just like a dreamer sitting in one position, seeing himself in California in a beach with his girlfriend and swimming in the beach. That's just its imagination. That's why they call it religion, relegare, to reconnect you. And what they are reconnecting you with is to just take your belief. Because without your belief, nothing exists. That's why they take your belief. What is that belief? It means to belie. The word belief came from belie. That means for you to lie to your own self that something is like that, even when you know it's not like that. In fact, you don't even know. You just need to believe it's like that. But in spirituality, that belief don't make you feel satisfied. You have to know. You have to feel it. Then the energy talk. Everything becomes so more clear. So this is a two different side. Hello, Ruth. I just used California as an example, and you're writing good morning from California. How are you and how is California today? Yeah, so that's just how it is. Ogun is not an idol at all. Ogun is not an idol, and it's very wise that we all know this. It's very wise that we all pay attention to this. It's very wise that we all keep on understanding that this is an ancient philosophy. This took hundreds of thousands of years of research before men became aware of this. So when you hear the word Iron Age, they're telling you about the era of Ogun. And don't see Ogun as one This is why I said I don't want to talk about the tales or the myths surrounding Ogun. No, don't see Ogun as one man or entity. No. If you are doing that, you are just indoctrinated by religion. Remember, like I said in the beginning, a lot of people is awoke now, but they are still indoctrinated. They still have religion indoctrination, which they still use to define things even while they are awoke. It's a process. After a while, all those things will flush away. Very warm lately, hot, hot. Ah, California. Oh, okay, that's nice. Here in Germany, we just have strong wind. Since 2 days now, we have strong wind. And these forests close to me, they are dying. Since 3 days, I counted about 8 trees, 9 nice giant trees. They die. They just like uproot, the wind uproots them out of the ground and they are all dying. Yeah, I'm happy for you, Roots, that California is hot. It's very windy here. Very windy here. German forests are dying. And they are dying very fast. Yeah. This forest here, when you take a walk, today, in 2 weeks' time, you go and take a walk. It's like it's different place, and this for me is always like, what is going on here? Everything is dying here. Yeah, but no problem. I think it's just necessary also for now. So that's just it. I'm happy for you, California. It's hot, that's nice. So African spirituality is not demonic. It's not satanic. You have to understand that spirituality is like a language of the universe that was introduced and interpreted to different cultures and different tribes. So this has nothing exactly to do with anybody. This is something for everybody. But different cultures and different tribes now interpret it according to their understanding. And which is beautiful, because diversity makes us beautiful. If you go to a garden, you see different colors of different flowers. It makes the garden beautiful. That's exactly how your family is. So, for example, Ogun that I am talking about now, in yogi, Ogun is heart chakra. So when your heart chakra is not free, when your heart chakra is stuck, that is like the center of all your chakra. Everything else is stuck because why? That your heart chakra is very important. So while a yogi is telling you more about to do deeper meditation on your heart chakra and listening to nice sounds or things like that to free your heart chakra and practice more about love and compassion and things like that, while yogi is teaching you that, what is Africa doing? Africa is playing a nice drum readings for you, giving you a nice ceremonial cultural dresses, and giving you a nice, doing some nice rituals, which we can now introduce as initiation. And that initiation is only taking place to activate and release, first to activate your DNA, and second to unblock that heart chakra that is stuck. You see? Same thing introduced to different cultures and being produced in a different way, but same results. You see, that's why we don't have to commonize this and think this is better. I talk a little sometimes with my European friends. They are like, we are scared of African spirituality because there's a lot of black magic. I'm like, okay. You are going to market and you say you want to buy a bread. And now, instead of going to market where they sell different items, now you come to the factory of a bread and now you say you can't buy because there's too many bread. So what is spirituality? Is not just sitting and closing your eyes and using your mind, because your mind is an illusionist. This you must know. That if you don't know your mind is an illusionist, your mind will be doing things. You will think you are doing things. You are just in one place. So there is a level, there is access, there are layers. When you are not there, you are not there. And when it's too complex for you, it's okay. That place you are, also bring out the best from it. That's really how it is. I am so sad here. Ruth said this. I am so sad here that it is geoengineering, okay, of the weather of all the world, causing havoc. Sorry, I'm off subject. Forgive me. Yeah. America is a cursed land. People need to pay attention to these things. That's why a lot of havoc with others weathering and everything. I don't believe it's what is going on around the world that is causing the havoc there. No, I just believe that the the havoc itself is being generated from there, and this is spreading around the whole world because that full land, the full country need to be cleansed and purified. But fortunately, people running, the government running all those institutions and everything, these are anti-humans. These are anti-humans. So yeah, these are just the beginning. Very soon the earth will start boiling. If they don't change from the position they are going at, the earth will start boiling. When I say boiling, like really boiling. A lot is coming. We don't need to say it. A lot is coming. But we are happy and we are still here. My mind drives me crazy, full of thoughts, constantly thinking. Yeah, it's so, yeah, all of us always thinking. It's so. They're crazy, not yet. Maybe later. So that is what I want to share with everybody today. Today is just to make people know that we don't worship idol. Yes, we don't worship idol, and it's very beautiful that everybody have idea and awareness of this. So I thank you all so much for coming, and please help share the video, share it with people, share it with everybody. Yeah, share it with everybody, and I thank you for coming. Thank you all, and I thank you all for your support. And always feel free. I have a lot of unread messages. If yours is one of them, have patience with me. Lately, I'm very busy and occupied with some things, and and all this is really keeping me so occupied. But I will try my best. Everything is already balanced from Wednesday now. Unless it's Friday, like everything is released from on Wednesday. All my schedule, everything is complete, and the storm is over then. Yeah, and then I will have more time for Facebooking, especially people that I need to give reports back to and things like that. Yeah, I will have time for audits. Yes. So I thank you all. I thank you all for being here. Thank you for sharing. And thank you all for coming. And thank you all. Please know that we don't worship idol. When you hear people say it, let them know that we don't worship idol. What we do is practice ancient spiritual practice that is connected to the universe itself. So the who don't understand it is okay, but don't demoralize it and don't commonize what we do. So thank you all once again. I appreciate you all. Thank you all. Thank you all. Thank you all. Bye bye. Send peace and love. Bye bye.